Hello students, now we'll do paper 2, Department of Education, Western Province, revision paper, GZO level examination 2020 December. So this is according to the new syllabus, and in this paper also you get two parts, part A and part B. 3 hours paper, and you are getting 10 minutes reading time. So when you get 10 minutes reading time, so what you do? So you can read and select 5 questions out of 6, because part A you get 6 questions and part B you get 6 questions. But you have to do only 5 questions. So during the reading time, what you do? You can select what are your best 5 questions. And then you can divide the time. Part A, you can spend 1.5 hours, and part B, 1.5 hours. So in each question, you can spend 18 minutes for both part A and part B. So each question worth 10 marks. So in this paper, spaces are not provided. So you can ask for line papers, and for the graph question, you have to ask for a graph paper. So let's do part A. So again, here 2 formulae given. Volume of a sphere with radius r is 4/3 pi r cube, and volume of a cylinder with radius r and the height h is pi r squared h. So you don't need to memorize those. So you can get these formulae from this page. So let's do part A. So you have to answer 5 questions. In the first page, you get 1 and 2. In the second page, you get questions 3 and 4. And the third page, 5 and 6. So this is part A. Part B, again 6 questions. So 7 to 9 in one page, 10 to 12 in the other page. So let's do paper 2. Question number 1. So you get 2 parts here. So we'll do it separately. Part A. Nuwan invested 60,000 rupees and bought shares in a company at the market price of 20 rupees per share. The company pays annual dividends of 8 rupees per share. After receiving his income, he sold all his shares and received capital gain of 15,000 rupees. Find the number of shares Nuwan bought. So how we find out the number of shares? Invested 60,000 rupees and 20 rupees per share. So we can find out number of shares using those two values. Number of shares is equal to 60,000 invested, 60,000 rupees, divide by 1 share worth 20 rupees. So 0 get cancelled out. 2 with this 6, 3. So you get 3,000 shares. What is his annual dividends income? Now 3,000 shares are there. Each share, what is the dividend value per share? 8 rupees. So what is the dividend income? Dividend income is 3,000 shares, each 8 rupees. So this becomes 24,000 rupees. At what price did he sell each share? Now we can find out using the capital gain. So he received capital gain of 15,000 rupees. When you divide by number of shares, what you get? That's the capital gain per share. So first we'll find out capital gain per share. Capital gain per share is equal to the capital gain is 15,000 rupees divide by number of shares. Number of shares we found 3,000. So 3 zeros get cancelled out. So 5 rupees you are gaining. That's the profit per share. So buying price is 20. What's the buying price? 20 rupees. So what should be the selling price? You have to add 5 rupees to that. So that becomes 25 rupees. So to get, this is profit per share. So you can say then the selling price per share is, buying price is 20 rupees and this is the profit per share. So you have to add 5 rupees. So that should be 25 rupees. So we'll see how many marks for each part. So we can look at the marking scheme, and for 3,000 you get 2 marks there. And the second part you get 2 marks again for 24,000 rupees. And the third one, finding selling price, you get 2 marks. So altogether 6 marks for these 3 parts. Now we'll do part B. After 1 year, Nuwan invested part of his money in a bank with 10% annual simple interest. After 2 years, he received 10,000 rupees as the interest. What was the amount he saved in the bank? So we'll say X is the amount he invested. From X, he is getting 10% annual, simple annual interest. And for 2 years. So when you multiply by 2, this is the interest he is getting for 2 years. That amount is given 10,000 rupees. So it's equal to 10,000. So you can find X. X is the invested amount. So what you do? 10,000 multiplied by 100 divide by 10 and 2. 1 0 get cancelled out, 2 with this 50. So what's the invested amount? 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. 50,000 rupees he invested. So you get how many marks? 4 marks for this. Finding 50,000, you get 4 marks. So earlier we gave 6 marks and this 4, altogether 10 marks for the first question. Question number 2. Figure shows ABC triangular lamina with 6 square meters area. According to the measurement given, shows that X satisfy the equation x squared plus 6x minus 4 equals 0 by using completing square method of or any other method. Solve the equation and find the lengths of the triangle. So ultimately you have to find out the length of AB, BC and AC. So what's the first step? You need to find out the area of the ABC triangle. So how you find out the area? Area is equal to half, base is given x plus 4 and the height is given x plus 2. That's equal to 6 because it's given. Area is 6 square centimeters. Now multiply by 2. You get x plus 4 into x plus 2 is 6 times 2, 12. Now open brackets using FOIL. You can expand brackets. X squared plus 2x plus 4x, 4 times 2, 8 is equal to 12. Now take 12 to the other side. you get x squared, 6x, here 2x and 4x becomes 6x. 8 minus 12 minus 4 equals to 0. So this is given. So we showed that this equation satisfies by using completing square method. Now we have to use completing square method, or you can use quadratic formula to find out the solutions. I'll use completing square method. So I can write x squared plus 6x. I'll take minus 4 to the other side, that becomes plus 4. So how you find the square term? Divide the x term by 2 and square it. 6 divided by 2? 3. When you square it, that's 9. So that means we have to add 9 to both sides to get a square term. Then what's the square term you are getting? X plus 9 square root is 3. X plus 3 whole thing square is equal to 9 plus 4, 13. Now take square root both sides. X plus 3 becomes plus or minus square root of 13. So make sure that you take plus and minus. So what is x? X becomes minus 3 plus or minus square root of 13. Now square root of 13 is given 3.61. So we'll substitute 3.61. X equals minus 3 plus or minus 3.61. First we'll take the plus value. Minus 3 plus 3.61. And then what's the other value? You get x equals minus 3 minus 3.61. So when you take the positive value, you get 0.61 for x. And the other value is minus 6.61. Now we need to check whether we can get minus value. When you substitute x minus, what happens here? BC length becomes negative. Can you get a negative answer for a length? So you can't. So here you can ignore the negative answer. So what is the possible answer? X is 0.61. Now we have to find out lengths. So we'll first find out AB and BC. What are the possible lengths? AB is x plus 2. We know x is 0.61 plus 2, that becomes 2.61. What's BC length? X plus 4. So 0.61 plus 4. You get 4.61. So now we have AB length and BC length. How we find out the AC length? You have to use Pythagoras theorem. So first we'll give marks for these steps. So you can get 3 marks for constructing the equation up to this point. And then finding these values. So you get 3 marks for finding x equals this value. So up to this point, squaring and taking the value, this is 3 marks. And x equals 0.61 and this negative value, 2 marks. And finding AB length, that's 2.61. And this one, you get 1 mark, 4.61, that's 1 mark. So that's up to this point, 9 marks. So you have to find out the AC length to get the other 1 mark. So we'll use Pythagoras theorem. When you are using Pythagoras theorem, you need to use the logarithmic tables. Otherwise, it's difficult to multiply. So we'll use log tables to find out the other length. So now we have AB and BC. According to the diagram, AC squared is equal to AB squared plus BC squared. So what is AB? 2.61 squared. What's BC? 4.61 squared. We'll take logarithms and find out AC squared. And here, how you find out the AC? Take the square root. I'll do at once. AC becomes square root of 2.61 squared plus 4.61 squared. I'll take from this end, take log both sides. I'm using log tables to find out the AC length. I'll first write down half log of 2.61 squared plus 4.61 squared. So that's what we need to do. Then we have to do this part separately and take finally log term. Now we'll do the first step. I'll do separately. If this is x, I need x squared. So I'll take x squared. (2.61 squared) as x and take log x equals 2 log 2.61. I'll take this one as y, 4.61 squared. Then log y, taking log, this is 2 log 4.61. So refer the table and see, this is 0 point, because this is in standard notation, 2.61, 26.1. Use the log table, 26.1, 26.1, 4166. 4166. And what is 46.1? That's also 0 point. We'll use 46.1, 46.1, 6637. 6637. Now multiply. 2 times 6, 12. 2 times 6, 12 plus 1, 13. 1 remaining. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3. 2 times 4, 8. This one, 2 times 7, 14. 1 remaining. 2 times 3, 6 plus 1, 7. 2 times 6, 12. 1 remaining. 2 times 6, 12 plus 1, 13. So 1 point something. Now we'll take the antilog and find x and y. So how you find out x? Antilog of 0.8332. And what's y? Y becomes antilog of 1.3274. So you can refer log tables for that. 8332. 8332 in the second table. 8332. 31 is there. 31 and then you can take 1. 68 1 1. 68 1 1 there. This is 0 point means it's 6.811. What's the y value? Antilog of this one, 3274. That's in the first table, 3274. 63 is there. So you need 11. 21 to 5. 21 to 5. 21 to 5. This is 1 point, so that means 21.25. Now we have x and y. So here x and y, we have to add it. So add x and y. 21.25 and 6.811. What's the value? You get 6, 3. Here this one is just 1. 1 is in the third place. 5 plus 1, 6. 10 and 1 remaining. 6 plus 1, 7, 8, 2. 28.061 is x plus y. Now we can find out AC using that. So these two we found 28.61. So what is AC? AC is equal to, first we'll find log AC, half log 28.061. So we'll find out the log value of that. 28.01, that's 1.28061. 2806. 2806 is here. 9 we have to add. 4481. 4481. Now we'll divide this by 2. 0.14 divided by 2, 7. So 2, 4 and 0, 5 you can take as 1. 7241. Now how you find AC? Antilog of 0.7241. Now we'll find out 7241. 7243. 7235 there. 7235. So 41 means we need another 6 from 7. So 52 97. 52 97. That means this is 0 point means 5.297. So that's AC length. This is in centimeters. So we found all three lengths now. So final answer 5.297. 5.297, you get 1 mark for the last length. So we found all three lengths AB, BC and AC. So you have to use logarithmic table to find out AC value. Now let's take the next question. Question number 3. That's a graph question. So you have to draw the quadratic graph and answer the following questions. So you get 5 parts there. So do that. We'll do step by step. An incomplete value table prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals 2 plus 4x minus x squared is given below. Find the value of y when x equals 2. So that means substitution. You can easily find out that value. 2 plus 4. Instead of x, you plug 2 minus 2 squared. Then 2 plus 8 minus 4. This is 10. 10 minus 4, 6. So this value is 6. Now draw the graph of the function by taking suitable scale for both x-axis and y-axis. So x from minus 1 to 5. So we can take minus 1 here, then 0. So the y-axis becomes this one. Then we can mark the values. So from -3 to +6. So we'll start from 6 here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this is 0, -1, -2, and -3 is the lowest value. Now you can draw the x-axis. X-axis, the values starts from -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to 5 it's there. Then what you do? You can mark the points. You take black color. -1, -3. Then 0, 2, 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 5, 4, 2, 5, -3. Now you can connect the points. So you can use the ruler only for these 2 points edges, but not for the curve. Now you can smoothly connect this part. So draw this one. So from here and up to here. So this is the curve. Now we need to write down the scale. We took 10 squares, 1 unit. So this way 0.1. One small square is 0.1. So y-axis also 1 square means 0.1. So this is the graph. Then what you have to do? By using the graph, write down the interval of x which satisfy y greater than or equal to 1. Whereas y greater than or equal to 1, first we have to draw the y equals 1 line. Y equals 1 line is the horizontal line passes through y value 1. So we'll draw that and see. This is the line y equals 1. Y equals 1. Y greater than or equal to 1, that means above. So you need to find out the x range which satisfy y greater than or equal to 1. So that means we have to read these two values. So what is this value like? 2 squares minus 0.2 here. What about this one? 2 squares there to the right, 4.2. So what is the x range there? X values are in between minus 0.22 plus 4.2. So those are the two boundaries. So we'll see how many marks for this question. So you get 1 mark. We'll look at the marking scheme. 1 mark for this part. And always you get 3 marks for the graph. Marking the points, 1 mark. Smoothly connect the curve, 1 mark. And the scale, you get 1 mark. So altogether 3 marks for the graph. Then for the next part, minus 0.2 to 4.2, you get 1 mark. So look at carefully, we made a mistake. Y greater than or equal to 1, it can be 1 as well. So that means not a broken line. You can draw the continuous line. So that means you have to write down equal sign as well. So you get how many marks for that? 2 marks for writing correct boundaries. 1 mark here and 1 mark there. Now we'll take the next part. Next part, write the function according to the form y equals k minus x minus 2 square, completing square method. So how we identify these 2 points? You have to refer the vertex point. What is the vertex point? The maximum value in the graph. X equals 2 and the y equals 6. So K is the maximum value. So we can write this equation as 6 minus x minus 2 square, because these two values are related to the vertex point. So what is the K value? K is equal to 6. When y equals 0, by considering the values of x, find the approximate value of root 6 to the first decimal place. So y equals 0. Y equals 0 means the x-axis. What are the points that you are getting for y equals 0? So let's look at y equals 0 line. This is y equals 0. So what are the intersecting points here? 4 squares to the left. Minus 0.4. I can write minus 0.4. X values are minus 0.4, or what are the other? What's the other value? 4.4. Can we take the negative value? It says plus root 6 value. So only positive value you can take. So this is the answer. So y equals 0. These are the solutions, but we can't take minus value. We'll take only positive value because they want plus root 6 value. So what's the approximation? Now we'll substitute to the equation. 0 becomes 6 minus x minus 2 squared. When you take it to the other side, x minus 2 squared becomes 6. When you take square root both sides, so this becomes plus or minus root 6. But we need positive root 6 value. So what is positive root 6? X minus 2. You can substitute x as 4.4 minus 2. That means 2.4. So what's the root 6 value correct to one decimal place? That's 2.4. Now we'll give marks for these two steps. So K equals 6. You get 2 marks. And final part, root 6 is 2.4. You get 2 marks. So we'll say 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you get 10 marks for the whole question. Let's take question number 4. This is about number of angles here. Polygons are there and you are making an inequality, so number patterns. So you get 3 parts there. So let's do each part separately. Kavindi brought 47 equal sticks of same size for a mathematics activity. She created 11 regular pentagons and equilateral triangles with all sticks. Take number of regular pentagons as x. So pentagons as x and number of equilateral triangles. Equilateral triangles as y. And build up a pair of simultaneous equations. When you are constructing an equation, you have to read this part. Then only you know what is x and what is y. So don't try to take your own letters because they ask you to take x and y for these two. So you have to read the whole question before you start. Then again you have to go back to the previous one and construct 2 equations. Now we know x is number of pentagons and y is number of equilateral triangles. Now we can form 2 equations. 47 equal sticks they are using. That means the total number of equal sticks. Pentagon, there are 5 sides. So for one pentagon, you need 5x number of equal sticks. So you can make an equation 5x plus. Here equilateral triangle means 3 sides. 3 times y, 3y. And when you add these two, it should be equal to 47 altogether because 47 equal sticks are there. That's one equation. What's the other equation? It says she created 11 regular pentagons and equilateral triangles. That means number of pentagons and number of equilaterals is equal to 11. That's our second equation. That's the first part. And then you have to solve the above equations and find the number of regular pentagons and equilateral triangles that she created. That means x and y. How we find out x and y? We can multiply this by 3 to get 3y. So we'll take second equation, multiply by 3. 3x and 3y equals 33. That's our third equation. Now same coefficients 1 and 3. What we do? Subtract or addition. Same sign, same coefficient, you subtract. So we can subtract 1 minus 3. 5x minus 3x becomes 2x and 3y get cancelled out. 47 minus 33, you get 14. So x becomes 14 divided by 2, that's 7. So x means number of pentagons. So 7 pentagons are there. How you find out y? You can take one of the equations and substitute. So we'll take the second one. 7 plus y equals 11. So what's y? 11 minus 7, 4. So you get 7 pentagons and 4 equilateral triangles. So that's x and y. So we'll see how many marks. So constructing two equations, you get 2 marks there. And then 5 marks for finding y equals 4 and x equals 7. So 5 marks for all the other steps. So we'll give 1 mark for this one and 1 mark for this step. And finding x, 3, 4, and finally writing down how many pentagons and how many equilateral triangles, we can give 1 mark. So 5 plus 2, 7 marks for this step. So we'll take the next one. Part 3. A friend of Kavindi created a number of regular pentagons, and if A satisfies the inequality, find the maximum number of regular pentagons her friend created. So we have to solve the inequality. Half A minus 5 plus 2A less than or equal to 2. We'll keep half A plus 2A here and take 5 to the other side. 5 plus 2, 7. Now it's better to multiply the whole equation by 2. A plus 4A, 2 times 7, 14. 5A less than or equal to 14. So what's A? 14 divided by 5, or you can write 5 times 2, 5 times 2, 10, and 4 remaining, 4 over 5. So that means A less than or equal to this. This is number of pentagons. Can you get a decimal answer, a fraction? You can't take. So what is the maximum whole number you can get? This is less than 2.8. 4 over 5 means 2.8. So A becomes 2. That's the maximum number. So you can write maximum number of pentagons. Maximum number of pentagons is equal to pentagons is That's the answer. So we need to give 3 marks for that. So finding up to this point, 2 marks. And then finding the maximum value, that's 1 mark. So altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Question number 5. A cylindrical metal bar with base radius 2a and length L is melted. Cylindrical metal. So we can take a cylindrical shape metal bar, radius 2a and length L, and melted and made 25. So from this 25 of spheres with radius a without any wastage. Show that L equals 25 over 3a, and when a equals root 2, find the value of L using the logarithm tables correct to 1 decimal place. So first we have to equate the volume of the cylinder. What's that? Pi r squared h. Pi r means 2a, r squared, h means the length here, L. That is equal to 25 spheres. So 25 times, what's the volume of one sphere? 4 over 3 pi r cube. A is the radius, so you can write a cube. Now can you see pi get cancelled out? So you don't need to substitute pi value. And what are the things? So we can simplify this side. This becomes 4a squared L is equal to 25, and 4 will just write down 25 times 4, a cube over 3. Now to find out L, you can divide by 4a squared. Divide by 4a squared. Now 4 and 4 get cancelled out. This a squared cancelled with this a squared, and you are remaining with a. And that's all. 25a over 3. So that's the L value. So 25 over 3a means same thing, 25a over 3. So that's the first part. Then it says, when a equals root 2, find the value of L. So we'll substitute root 2. That means you have to use logarithmic table. So we'll take that one. And first you substitute root 2 for a. That means power half. 25 over 3, 2 to the power half. Now use log both sides. Log of L is equal to log of this 25 over 3 into 2 to the power half. When you are taking log, multiplication becomes addition and division becomes subtraction. So you can write log of 25 plus, here 2 to the power half means half log 2, and 3 is in the denominator, that means minus log 3. We'll refer the table, log table, and find out these values. 25. 25 0. 25 0. You get 39 79. 39 and 79. 39 79. That's 1 point. Because 25 is 1 point. Then this one, half log 2. That means 0 point something. So 2 0. You see? So 20. So log 2 means 20 0. 30, 10. And we need log 3, 30, 0. 30, 0 is 4771. That's minus. So first we can divide this by 2 and then add it to this one. So what's the division? 0.1. For 10 that's 5, and for 10, 5. Now you need to add these two and then subtract 0.4771. 1 point. It's good to add in a column. Less errors you get when you do in a column. So add these two, 9 plus 4, 9 plus 5, 14, and this is 8, 9 plus 5, 14, 1 remaining, and 5. That's the addition. And now subtract 0.4771. Now subtraction, 4 minus 1, 3, 1, 14 minus 7, 7, this becomes 4, 0. And here, this is 1. So 1.0713. Now we have to take antilog. L becomes antilog. Antilog of 1.0713. So we'll refer, this is 1 point something. 0713. 0713. 0713. 19 is there. So here you need 82 and 82 is there. We need 9, 3. What's the value we need? We need 0713. 0713. But 0682 is there. So you need another 31. 31 you need. So where is the point? 682, 30, 31. We'll take 30. That's 8. 11, 7, 8. 11, 7, 8. 11, 7, 8. But here you need to keep 1 point to the right. So 11.78 is the L value. So what's the measurement? This is in centimeters. We'll check. It's not given. It's not given, but you asked to write this one in 1 decimal place. So here we can write down units, 1 decimal place. What's the value for 1 decimal place? 11.8 units, because units are not given. So how many marks? Altogether, this whole thing is 10 marks. So we'll see what are the steps and what are the marks for each step. So this is the starting value. So here, constructing the equation, L equals this, you get 4 marks there. Then using laws of logarithms and finding all these, you get 6 marks. So we'll give step by step. 1 mark here. And then taking laws of logarithms and taking log both sides 1 mark. 3 here and finding log values 4 and adding all these 5 and final answer 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Let's take question number 6. The following frequency distribution shows how a person's daily income from a telephone booth for 20 days. If 5,000 spends for a salary of worker and 1,800 spends for monthly maintenance from monthly income, by calculating mean income per day, find whether he receives a profit or a loss in a month. So we need to find out the mean value. So let's take it separately and find out the mean value. So how you find out the mean value? So you need to fill the table first. This is income in rupees. So 100 to 140. 140 to 180, 80 to 220, 220 to 260, 260 to 300, 300 to 340, 340 to 380, and you need the total. And we need the mid values. How you find out the mid values? Mid values we can take as x. How you find out the mid values? Add and divide by 2. 100 plus 140 divide by 2. So you get the middle value. So 120. Here you get 160. So every time adding 40. So 200, 240, 280, 320, 360. Now we need frequencies. Frequency column is number of days. 1, 3, 4, 5, 4, 2, 1. Now we'll take assumed mean and find the deviation. So we'll take assumed mean as the mid value of the model class. So model class, it's not mentioned, so normally it's good to take the mid value of the model class. So one which has the highest frequency is this. So we'll take assumed mean as 240. So assumed mean is 240. So what's the deviation? X minus 240. Subtract and write down the deviation in this column. So subtract here, this becomes 0. Each time 40, so these are all negative. Negative 80, negative 120. And downwards you get positive. 40, 80, 120. Now you need FT, multiplication of frequency and deviation. Multiply. Minus 120. 3 times 80, minus 240. 4 times 4, 660, that's minus. 0 times this is 0. 40 times 4, you get 160. 2 times 80, 160 again. And 1 times 120. Now add the positive values and negative values separately. 12 plus 2, 14, and 1 remaining. 2, 3, 4, 440. What about negative values? Addition of negatives. 4 plus 2, 6, 6 and 6, 12, and 1 remaining. 2, 3, 4, 5. 520. So what's the difference? You get 80. Negative 80. So when you add, so that's the sigma FT. So what's the formula? If we are using assume mean, how we find out the mean? So mean becomes assumed mean plus sigma FT over sigma F. So you can use this formula. So A is 240 minus, because sigma FT is minus 80, over total frequencies. It's given in the question. It says 20 days. So 20 days means the total frequency here is 20. So divide by 20. You get subtraction of 4. So you get 236. So here what is 236 means? Mean income per day. So this is income per day is 200 from calls. This is 236 rupees per day. Now the mean income is per day is 236 rupees. Now the question asks, find whether there is a profit or a loss in a month. So here we have to take 30 days. So first we'll find out the total income per day, total income per month. Income per month. So we have to take 30. That's the standard value. So 30 times 236. That's 3 times 6, 18. 1 remaining. 3 times 3, 9 plus 1, 10. 1 remaining. 3 times 2, 6 plus 1, 7. So 7,080 rupees. And what's the total expenditure? So total expenditure is 5,000 is spent for workers' salary and 1,800 for maintenance. So what's the total expenditure? 6,800. Now, is it a profit or a loss? The income 7,080 is more than 6,800. So he gets a profit. So gets a profit because this value is equal to this. So they are asking whether it's a profit and find whether. So that's all. You don't need to find out the profit. So just checking. So if you want, you can find out by taking the subtraction. So what is the actual profit per month? Subtract these two. 7,880, 6,800, 280 rupees profit he gets. So that's the whole question. So we'll give marks for that. This is question number 6. So you get 7 marks up to the first part, finding mean. All these you get 7 marks up to this point. So how you get marks? 1 mark always for mid value and deviation 1 mark, and the total of FD also you get 1 mark. And writing down this equation, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 substituting and calculating all these 6 and writing down what is mean value 7. And then 1 mark for calculating and 1 mark for 7,080, and here finding whether this is profit and everything, you get 2 marks. So 1 mark here, and final it's a mentioning that it's a profit, you get 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the column. So 3 marks. So that's altogether 10 marks for the whole question. So this is the 6th question in paper 2 part A. Now let's do part B. So part B also you get 6 questions, but you have to answer only 5 questions. In page 1 you get 7 to 9 and page 2 you get 10 to 12. Let's do paper 2. Now let's take question number 7. Part A you get 3 parts and part B another question. So this is about arithmetic progression. So we'll do separately each part. Part A, first term is 3 and the 7th term is 27. Of an arithmetic progression, find the common difference. How you do that? So you can write down first term A equals 3. 7th term T7 is A plus 60. Why A plus 60? 7 minus 1 comes here. That's equal to 27. Now from that you can find out the difference. So A equals 3. 3 plus 6D equals 27. So what is 60? 27 minus 3. That's 24. Divide by 6 both sides. You get D equals 4. D equals 4. Common difference is 4. Which term is 59? Nth term is given. So Tn is given 59. And you are asked to find out what's the n value. So substitute A plus n minus 1D. A is 3, n minus 1, D equals 4. First subtract 3, 59 minus 3, 56 is equal to 4 times n minus 1. Divide both sides by 4, you get 4 times 1, 4 and 14 is equal to n minus 1. So what's n? Take minus 1 to the other side, that's 15. So 15th term is 59. Find the sum of first 15 terms, that's S15. So 15 divided by 2 and we know the 15th term because from the previous term we know the 15th term. So you can substitute, that's 59. You can use A plus L formula. A is 3, last term, that's 15th term is 59. You can use that. 9 plus 3, 12 and 62. 2 times 3 and 1. So 31 times 15. So how you find out 31 times 15? So multiply 10 and 5. 5 times 1, 5. 5 times 3, 15. The total is 465. So total is 465. Let's give marks for these steps. According to the marking scheme, it's given D equals 4, 3 marks. And 15th term, that's 2 marks. And the sum of all 15 terms, 465, 2 marks. 7 marks for this step. So next step, part B. In a quiz competition, 100 rupees is given to the competitors for giving correct answer to the first question. So first question 100. For each other questions, for all correct answers, the amount is doubled as the amount given to the previous correct answer. What is the prize can be received for a competitor who answer all 8 questions? So that means what's the common ratio? It's double all the time. So the ratio is given 2. First term is 100 and they are asking what is the price? What's the total amount he receives for 8 questions? S8 we need to find out. So if this is geometric sequence, so what's the sum formula? You can use A 100 r to the power n. R means 2. 2 to the power 8 minus 1 over r minus 1. 2 minus 1. So that's the sum of money a person can get answering all 8 questions. So we'll simplify. 2 minus 1 is 1. This is 100 into 2 to the power 8. What's the value of 2 to the power 8? We know up to 2 to the power 6. That's 64. 7 is 128. So 2 to the power 8, 128 times 2, 256. So 256 minus 1, 255. So multiply by 100 means you put 2 zeros. 25500. That means 25,500 rupees can get by answering all 8 questions. So we'll look at the marking scheme and see. You get 3 marks for that. So earlier we gave 7 marks and 3 marks for this. Altogether 10 marks for this question. Let's take question number 8. That's construction question. You get 5 parts. So you can use only the ruler and the compass, pair of compasses. Using only a straight edge with centimeter millimeter scale and a pair of compasses and showing construction lines clearly, construct 7.5 centimeter AB line segment. So how you draw a AB line segment? You can first draw a line and then use the compass and the ruler to measure 7.5 centimeter length. So we'll measure 7.5 centimeter length. So 7.5 centimeters. So we can just take any point and mark it, and then you do other way around and you can mark the other point as well. So this is 7.5 centimeter AB line segment. Construct the circle with diameter AB. So diameter AB means you need to find out the midpoint. So for that we can just construct the perpendicular bisector. Using the compass, how you find out the center? You can draw the perpendicular bisector and find out the center. You take more than half of the length and above and below you draw arcs and find out the intersecting points. Here and here. So here you get, this is the perpendicular bisector. So what's the center? Center becomes this. Oh, so now we'll construct the circle. So you can take the compass and O to A or O to B is the radius. So you can draw a circle there. So this is the circle. So how many marks for this step? So you are getting 1 mark for drawing the AB line segment and perpendicular bisector 1 mark and 1 mark for drawing the circle. So 3 marks for these 2 steps. Now we'll look at the other parts. Now we'll take the third part. Find P such that AP is 6 centimeters and APB angle APB angle is 90 degrees and measure length PB. So now we drew the circle. If APB is 90 degrees, this should be any point in the semicircle, either this way or this way. So 6 centimeter from A. So what you can do, you can take the pair of compasses and then measure 6 centimeter length and see where you get the point P. So here you can see where it cuts the circle. So here it cuts here. So that means P point is there because any semicircle angle is 90 degrees. So it can be either up or down. So we'll take, it says only P is just one point. So we'll do it up. So we'll take P point up. So this is the P point, and now you can construct the triangle APB. So this is 6 centimeter length and this is 90 degrees because any semicircle angle is 90 degrees. Now measure the length PB. So we need to measure the length. So what we can do, you take the compass, take this point and measure the length up to here, this length. So take the ruler and see what's the length. You get 4.4. So we can write A PB length. PB length is 4.4 centimeters. That's part 1. Construct a parallel line to AB. Parallel line to AB across P. Find point on the circle so that PAB is equal to PQB. So first we'll draw the parallel line. How you draw a parallel line? We can use the parallelogram method. So what we can do, we can measure here to here this length, and from P you can mark that length, and then you need this length, B to P length. You measure it, this one, and you can keep that one here and mark the other arc. So the intersecting point of the two arcs is the other point, so you can draw the line. So we can draw this point to P, that's the parallel line to AB. So this is parallel to this one. So that's the second part. And it says find point on the circle so that PAB, this angle is equal to PQB. So that means same segment angles are equal. Same segment angles are equal. So construct parallel lines AB, find point on the circle so that PAB is equal to PQB. So PQB, that means you can take any point on this because same segment angles are equal. So we can mark any point, that's Q. So we'll take Q somewhere here, because any triangle you can draw here to here, or what. This is any point along this arc. That's Q. And what's the next step? Construct a tangent to the circle at Q. So you are asked to draw a tangent line to this value. So how you draw a tangent line? This tangent line should be perpendicular to this OQ line. So we'll first connect OQ line and we'll draw a tangent line, because radius and tangent both are perpendicular. So we'll draw this line and we'll continue this one. We can continue the line, and then you have to draw a perpendicular to that. So take the compass and you can draw the perpendicular at Q. So take any distance and we'll draw a perpendicular to this one. Draw an arc here, arc, and then you can take any length more than that and you can draw the other arc. So here and to this point you can draw the other arc. Now we can connect this point and this one. That's the tangent drawn at Q to the circle. So this is 90 degrees. Radius and this one is 90 degrees. So that's Q point. So we'll see how many marks for each step. So it says, third part, AP, 6 centimeter length, 1 mark. And APB triangle, constructing APB triangle, 1 mark. And PB, measuring PB length, 1 mark. And drawing a parallel line to AB along P, that's 1 mark. And then marking Q, 1 mark, and drawing the perpendicular. You are connecting O and Q, 1 mark, and the tangent line, 1 mark. So altogether how many marks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we gave 3 marks for the previous step. So 10 marks altogether. Let's do question number 9. You need to prove. So you are getting 2 circles and a tangent line. So we'll see step by step. Part 1. XAY is a tangent drawn to the 2 circles at A. The 2 chords AB and AC intersect the smaller circle at D and the bigger one at the smaller circle D and E respectively. Show that ABC triangle and ADE triangles are equiangular. So we need to check ABC triangle and ADE triangles. Equiangular means angles should be the same. Now we can take this angle. So that's the common one. A angle is equal to A angle. That's a common one. What about other angles? Now we need to use circle theorems. So the angle between the tangent and the chord, this angle, we'll put alpha. That's equal to opposite angle. So this is alpha. What about this angle? Angle between this tangent and this chord. We'll put beta here. That becomes beta here. And also this applies for this angle as well. So if this is beta, this is beta. This is angle between the tangent and the chord. So this is beta for the triangle, and this side, this is alpha. Now we can see angles are the same. So we can write ABC triangle. BCA. BCA angle is same as DEA. And what about the other side? CBA angle is equal to EDA. Now three angles are equal. So we can say ABC triangle and ADE triangle. Both are equiangular triangles. So that means these are similar. So therefore we can say similar triangles. So how many marks for this step? This is first part. So you get 3 marks for showing this is equiangular and showing these are similar triangles. That's 2 marks. So 5 marks altogether for this part. Next step. If DB equals AD, DB equals AD, 2AD. So double of that. So if this is A, this is 2A. Lengths are double. So show that BC equals DE. Now we found out ABC and ADE are similar triangles. So the corresponding ratios are equal. So what we need? We need BC. So when you take BC length, what's the ratio we can take? BC with DE. That's equal to, we can take bigger to smaller. So bigger one is AB to smaller one is AD. Bigger to smaller. So that's AD. Now AP is AD and DB or BD over AD. What can you say about DB? That's 2AD. It's given. So we can substitute AD plus 2AD over AD. So what happens here? AD and 2AD becomes 3AD. Divide by AD. You get 3. Cross it out. Then BC becomes 3 times DE. So that's what we need. So how many marks for that? You get 5 marks for finding this answer. So each step, 1 mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 marks for this one, and we gave 5 before. So here 5 marks for this step. So altogether 10 marks. Let's take question number 10. In question number 10, you get 3 parts. So we'll do step by step. In the figure, angle bisector of CAB is AP. So that means this angle is same as this angle. That's angle bisector. CAB, and then AC is given. AC length is CP. These two lengths are equal. Copy down the figure and mark all data and show that AB is parallel to CP. Now it's given these two sides are equal. So isosceles triangle, So this angle is same as this. Now what can you say? These are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal means AB is parallel to CP. So we have to write down all the steps. So first we'll write down CAP angle is equal to PAB angle, because AP is angle bisector. Then you can say AC is AP, so therefore CAP angle is equal to CPA angle because of isosceles triangle. Now these two are equal, so therefore PAB is equal to CPA. These are alternate angles. Alternate angles are equal. So alternate angles are equal. Therefore, you can say AB is parallel to CP. So how many marks for first part? So you get 4 marks for that. Showing all these, you get 4 marks. Now look at the second part. Angle bisector of ACP meets AP and AB lines Q and R. So we'll draw the line. So angle bisector of this, we'll take this one, meets AP at Q and this one at AB at R. Respectively, show that ACQ triangle is congruent to PCQ. These two are congruent. What can we say? One length is there, angle is there. What's the other one? We can say that's common length. Common length, but this is not included angle. So we have to find another angle. What is this line? Angle bisector. So we can mark that one. So if this is angle bisector, so this is beta, this is beta. Now we need to show that these two triangles are congruent. ACQ triangle and PCQ triangle. So what are the things equal? AC is equal to PC, that's given. Then CAP angle is equal to CPQ angle, that's also given. Not given, we found out because of isosceles triangle. So that's proved. We took that before. And now we drew the angle bisector of C angle. So that means ACQ angle is equal to PCQ angle. Now two angles and one length. So that means ACQ triangle is congruent to PCQ triangle. What is the case? Angle, side. How many marks? 3 marks for proving. So you can use this common length and show that SAS also possible. Side, angle, side. This and this length, common and the included angle. So SAS or AAS both are possible. So 3 marks for that. Let's take the third part. If CQ is equal to QR. Now it's given these two lengths. This length and this length. Both are equal. I'll put 2 lines. show that ARPC is a rhombus. That's really easy. Now we know these two are equal. It's given CQ equals QR. Now from the congruent triangles, we found out these two triangles are congruent. So that means this length is equal to this length. Corresponding elements are equal. AQ is equal to QP. Corresponding elements of congruent triangle. Now what can you say? This is equal to this, this is equal to this. So when you complete this one, the diagonals bisect each other. So diagonals bisect each other means ARCP is a parallelogram. But we have to show that it's a rhombus. We know adjacent sides are equal. Parallelogram with adjacent sides are equal, it becomes a rhombus. Rhombus means all sides are equal. So we can say as AC is equal to CP, adjacent sides are equal. Therefore, ARPC is a rhombus. So how many marks for this step? So you get 3 marks for that. So we gave 4 and 3, and this step 3 altogether 10 marks. Question number 11, you get 3 parts, and this is about bearings, angles, and you have to use trigonometric ratios. So we'll do separately each question. AB is a straight road where B is situated north to A. So that means north line. A point C is located bearing of 110 degrees and 60 meters away from B. So we'll mark that 60 meters away from B. That means this distance is 60, bearing of 110. So that means we have to draw the north line. We'll draw all north lines because we are measuring, we are finding bearings. So always we measure from north clockwise direction. So that's 110 given. Copy the figure to the answer sheet and mark all information given and find the value of CBD. CBD. So what's this angle? Whole thing is 180, so subtract. So CBD angle is 180 minus 110. So that's 70 degrees. So just 1 mark. We'll see how many marks in the marking scheme. It says 1 mark for marking these two and 1 mark for finding this angle. So let's do the second one. Find the length of CD to the nearest meter. So CD, nearest meter, where CD is the perpendicular distance from C to AB line. So this is the perpendicular distance. So we know this is 60 meters and we found this is 70 degrees from previous question. So to this angle, this is opposite and this is hypotenuse. So what's opposite and hypotenuse? So catoa. So sine ratio. So we have to use sine ratio for that. So what is sine 70? That's opposite is CD over hypotenuse is 60. So what is CD? 60 times sine 70 value. So you have to use sine tables. So we'll refer sine tables and see where sine 70. So here always look at the heading. This is natural sines. Sine 70. So 70, 0.9397. 0.9397 multiplied by 60. So put 0 and multiply by 6 without considering the decimals. 6 times 7, 42. 4 remaining. 6 times 9, 54. 54 plus 4, 58. And 5 remaining. Then 6 times 3, 18. 18 plus 5, 23. 2 remaining. And 6 times 9, 54. Plus 2, 56. And 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what's the answer? 56.382 meters. And they are asking to the nearest meter. What's nearest meter? This is 3 means we are not adding. So this is 56 meters. So we'll see how many marks for this step. 4 marks for everything. So 4 marks. Part 3. If the distance from A to D is 100 meters. So this is given 100 meters. Find the bearing of C. This point from A. From A, we always measure clockwise from north. So we need to find out this angle. And from the previous part, we found the CD length. That's 56 meters, correct? To the nearest meter. Now, how you find out this angle? To this angle, this is opposite and this is adjacent. What's the suitable ratio? Tan. Tan theta. We'll write this is theta. Tan theta is equal to 56 over 100. That means 0.56. So how you find out theta? This is tan inverse of 0.56. So we look at the tangent table and see this is inverse 0.56 where we get 5581 is there. How many more we need? We need 55. So to get 6, this should be, we'll subtract and see, we need 56. But it says here 5581. So how many more? We need 19. Where we get 19? 19 from this. So that means 5. So 5. So 29, 10. 29, 10, 5. 29, 10, 5. 29, 10, 5. 29 degrees, 10 and 5. So that means 15 minutes. But this is to the nearest. If you write to the nearest degree, this becomes 29 degrees. But how can we write bearing? You have to use 3 digits. So bearing becomes 029 degrees. So how many marks? You get 4 marks for that step. 4 marks. So we gave 4 and previous 1, 4 and 2. So altogether 10 marks for the whole question. Now let's do last question. Now we'll look at question number 12. So this is about Venn diagrams and you get 5 parts out of this. So we'll do step by step. Following incomplete Venn diagram shows how 3 television channels A, B, C are famous among people from a survey of 200 people. So that means the entire set is 200. Describe the shaded region. So this part, this is outside B, but inside A as well as inside C. So what you can say? People who watch only channel A and C. So people who watch only channel A and C. If 50 people watch channel B, so that means the circle is 50. So you can draw 50 here. Find the number of people who watch all 3 channels. So that means this part. So easily you can find 50 minus 35. So you get 15. So that's 15 here. If 80 people do not watch any of these channels, so that means outside the full circle, that's 80. Find number of people who watch channel C. So we need to find out this part. Now this is 200 and this is 80, 120. So the inside part should be 120. 200 minus 800. 200 minus 80, that's 120. But we know, we can see this is 50. This part is 50. And we can find out this part. So what is this one? 120. So we want whole channel C. So straight away you can write 120 people. So how many marks? So you get 2 marks for writing this and 1 mark for 15 and 1 mark for 120. Let's do the next 2 parts. Part 4. If 65 people watch channel A, that's 65. So we'll mark this is 65. Now we know all these values. Everything 200, this is 80 and we found this is 120 and this is 15. Those are the values we found before. If 65 people watch channel A, how many people watch only one channel? So that means this blank space here, outside A and B. How can we find out? We know this whole thing is 50 and this is 120. The whole circle is 120. And here if this is 65, this is 15. What is this one? This part is 50. Now easily you can find out. So this is 50 and 120 minus 50 and 50, 100. So you can find out 120 minus 50 plus 50. That means 20. 20 outside, this is 20. That's watching only channel C. That's the only part where people watch only one channel. So that's 2. That's 20 is the answer. So 5th part. Later identify that there are 2 people only watch channel A. So draw the correct Venn diagram and show all information. So we have to draw the new Venn diagram. So we'll draw the rectangle first. And then now A you have to draw outside C. So first we'll take this one and this one is inside. So this is C and I'll take this one inside and A I can put it inside so that here some part is outside this. So that means here if this is A, this is C and this is B. 2 here, that means only watching channel A. 2 people are there. So that's the extra part for this one. So 2 there, all the other parts are the same. So here 200. Full A circle is 65. So you get, this is 2 and what are the other intersecting point? A and B intersection 15, you can put 80, you can mark here. And then 35 is B and C. Those are not changing. Only change is this, because of this 2, this is now not 120. So that's not 120 for the whole C circle. So you don't need to mark everything, but you can mark if A is 65, this is 2, so this part you can mark 48. So 48, all these are okay. So this is 80. So that's the new diagram for the part 5. So let's give marks. 48, 15, 35, 2. And we forgot to mark the other part, this area. This area, how you find? This part means only C. Only C we found before. That's 20. So we can fill that part as well. Now it's completed. So how many marks for this step? You get 4 marks for part 5. But previous parts, so here from this part onwards, so you get 20, that's 2 marks. And part 5, 4 marks. 4 plus 2, 6 and 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 marks for the whole question. So this is the last question in paper 2. So first you do the whole paper and watch my video to check the answers.